Hey, we're running a little behind. It's football season. We are running. I'm going to explain why we're running behind, but we are live here. It is high school football season, and once again, we're back with Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. I am your host, BKP. It's Tuesday night. This will happen every Tuesday night, and we're coming to you live from Day Chevrolet on Highway 515 in Jasper, the new one. And let me explain real quick. They just got here 3 weeks ago. They're still trying to figure out how all the internet works, so we're not upset with them. I tell you what would make it better. If you're upset that we started a couple minutes late, you come down and see the Batman car. Did you guys see the Batman car on the way in? Now, there's the sticker. I don't have authority to do this, but the sticker says 101,000. You bring down 99, they might talk to you, right? You bring down, they might. But anyhow, we are so happy to be back this year with Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk from Day Chevrolet. We want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza again this year for providing the pizza party for our players and our coaches. This year we have head coach Chris Parker with us, and we're going to introduce our defensive coaches that are with us tonight from the Dragons also. We want to thank Pepsi for providing drinks. I am so excited to announce my co-host, the Stat Man. That's what we're going to call it all year, the Stat. Now, Coach Parker,
Stat boy.
Last year you were able to slide a little bit, but RJ says it ain't happening this year. He has the stats ready.
Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote. Oh, you told me you had the stats ready, but I'm excited, RJ Casey, to have you here with me this year to keep up with the stats. RJ, introduce our two coaches here with us tonight.
And we've got two defensive coaches here.
What's their names?
Where are they? Introduce yourselves.
Michael Parker, right?
Michael Parker and
Jeff Nelson.
Jeff Nelson.
Okay, this past week, guys, we're glad to be back. We're getting a little of the rust out. And you know, when we're trying to start the show and get a little of the rust out starting the show, how was that first game? Is that you had a strong defensive game against White, 13-6. It was fought right to the end. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Well, I thought White, they were well coached. They've made the playoffs, I think, 7 or 8 of the last 10 years. I mean, they've been in for the mountain schools, probably the longest tenured, pretty quality team. And so we knew it would be a tough game, and played them in a tough game last year. Won by a touchdown last year, too, over a higher scoring game, but, same kind of deal. So we knew it would be a tough game, and I thought they were well coached. They played hard, and our guys played hard. And fortunately for us, we found a way to make a couple more plays than them and, come out on top. But I thought our kicking game was pretty good for the most part. Defense was really good. And I guess offensively we did enough to win the game. So, a lot of stuff to build on positively, but also a lot of stuff to work on.
Guys, talk about your defense. The first game of the season, we go forward, obviously. And last year you guys had a high-powered offense. You were looking at a high-powered offense. This week you held them to 6. Talk a little bit about that defense, what you've seen in the guys, and how excited you are about that.
I think the biggest thing was that we have 9 kids that played back, and so it was easier to put in a game plan and execute it in week 1 as opposed to if you're replacing everybody and these kids haven't played before, it's hard on them. But these kids have all played. All 4 of our secondary players were 2-year starters. So it's easier to do this stuff when they have a lot of experience. The game just slows down for them. It's easier to get this stuff in. So I think that's a huge benefit at the beginning of the year, especially.
So you brought back 9 defensive players.
Yeah, we basically only put 2 new guys out there. 9 kids that had a lot of playing time. A lot of these kids are 2-year starters. We started a lot of these kids as sophomores. So that's finally starting to pay off for us, and I think that was a big push for us on Friday.
What were some of the defensive stats, RJ? What were some of the tackles and the defensive stats this week?
Leading the way in tackles was Dylan Eilers. He had 10 tackles. And one of our guests this evening, Andrew Ortiz, had 7 tackles, 5 of those for a loss. And you got Jacob Bear, who helped out defensively as well. But with the defense being out on the field as much as they were Friday, and the offense struggling, and the defense having to go back out there with quick 3 and outs as it was.
Easy, RJ. Wasn't that 3 and outs?
Coach, what'd I tell you? Go, RJ. Don't let him stop you. Go, RJ.
How do you get the kids to stay motivated when they're going out there so much?
We've worked the D-line and basically the whole defense on the concept of 3 and out ourselves. We want to get 3 plays, get that 4th down, and get off the field. We're not worried about what's happening on the other side of the ball. That's something we practice all the time. Getting our 3 and outs, getting off, talking about the things that we saw out there, making corrections, and then getting back out. And our thought process each time we come off the field is, get the ball back to the offense. Once they get a rhythm going, we're going to be fine. And that's typically what the kids think. So when they go back out, they're not worried about anything but getting the ball back to the offense and getting off the field with those 3 and outs. And that's one of our main goals every Friday night is 3 and out and get off the field.
You got any more of those tough ones in your pocket? You're sitting next to Coach. Don't get me in trouble. That's why I put you between me and Coach.
Yeah. Use me as a scapegoat, right?
Hang in there, Roger.
You got any more of those tough ones?
I wanted to ask, with it being such a close game, like a 7-point win, and Ty Chastain with 2 big field goals, how impressed were you with him Friday?
Yeah, he did a good job. I thought the kicking game was big. We had, the stats. So, we're joking with the stats, RJ. The stats are important, but there's certain stats that really have a big difference in the game more than others, and it's not always who had the most rushing yards, passing yards, or whatever. For example, they had no punt return yards. We had 43 punt return yards. So there was a lot of yardage on that flipping fields. I thought our field position was really good. I thought our kick returns were pretty good. Our kickoff coverage was pretty good. And obviously we made a couple of field goals. So both teams scored 1 touchdown. They scored a touchdown and missed their try. We scored a touchdown and kicked 2 field goals, and so we got to 13. So obviously Ty had a lot to do with that. I thought the defense did a good job of stopping them in some key times, and I thought offensively like I said, we found a way to score when we had to. White County took the lead, and then we had to go down and score to take the lead back. There was a lot of stuff to build on there. Ty being one of them. He's another one. We got several guys on all 3 phases that are back.
So the kicker is back from last year. So officially, I can't say a word about the kicker, RJ. I promise, Coach. I won't say a word about it.
We are fortunate to have a kicker. The punter's back, our kicker's back. Most of our special teams are guys, probably 7 or 8 guys on each team are guys that played that same position last year. So very fortunate to have a lot of returning starters. And that was helpful Friday. I thought we found a way to just, no matter how ugly it was at times, we found a way to just, make a play at the end to win it. And then I was very proud of the defense going out and stopping them a couple of times when we kind of put them in some bad spots for different reasons. And we were able to go out and get some stops the last 2 times White had the ball. And, offensively we got to work on probably scoring maybe another touchdown or 2. There was times to score and go up 2 scores that we didn't take, and I was a little frustrated. So a good mix for early season of things to work on, plus things you saw that was very positive. So always, obviously, if you win, then that's the main thing.
We know, Coach, saying that, sounds a little cliche, but it is true in high school football when you get these young men in a game situation and they score when they have to. And that is important that these guys know, hey, we've got to do this, and we watch these young men and they don't give up and they stay in the game. Offense, you just mentioned that. High school football, 28. Obviously you want more or less, and obviously the W on the board is the W on the board. But you got to get the offense going a little faster. What are you looking at this week from last week?
Well, we actually, watching the film, we didn't play that bad on offense. We didn't get conversions. We lost a lot of 3rd downs, and we had a lot of 4th and 1s where we punted, and a lot of times we would have gone for it, and then we had some times where we drove the ball, and we get a penalty, and we end up having to do something. So, the individual plays weren't that bad on offense. There were a lot of things that were positive that we felt like we'd grown. We did not execute the right downs in the red zone on 3rd downs, and penalties and things that usually equate to points. And so if we don't do that in the next couple of weeks, we're going to get beat, so there's some stuff to clean up there. But there's a lot of talent on offense. There's a lot of guys that nobody was not giving great effort. Everybody's attitude was good. The things that would be tough to fix, weren't the problem. It was stuff that's very easily fixed. So.
Coach, I watched the Facebook page, and let me highlight that. Social media today and everything. I watch the Facebook page every day, so I want to say thank you to whoever's working on it, whoever does it. You guys do an outstanding job. I go every morning, and first thing I do is I go in the office, I start pulling up Facebook pages, and I go to Pickens Dragon. You guys worked hard in the off season. You really did. You knew you had to come back, and you had to work hard. And it seems like, the kids, how did conditioning pay off? Where did you see your conditioning program pay off in the game?
Well, I thought our boys were mentally tough. They played hard all 4 quarters and expected to have to play all 4 quarters. And I thought it said a lot about, the preparation they did in practice, but also in the offseason. Coach Parker, both these guys help run our defense, but also everybody has other responsibilities. And Coach actually does a lot of our technology. We're able to, nowadays we can go on the sideline and watch the plays right after they happen. We got that capability. So, Coach makes sure we got all the stuff set up so our defense come right down, sit, watch the plays, go back out. That's very helpful. He also helps us with the Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff too. Coach Nelson's primary responsibility off the field is in the weight room and the strength conditioning program. Him and Coach Wharton, I thought they've done a great job with that as well. So, the football program is just like a puzzle. It takes all these different things. And, of course, offense, defense, special teams are part of it. But as all this other stuff factors in. And I thought so, too. So I thought physically the boys were prepared to play all 4 quarters. But I also thought mentally we were okay with things not going our way and knowing we were going to have to play all 4 quarters and make a play at the end. And that's part of it, too. So, I let these guys can talk about that if they want, I guess. But Coach Nelson done a good job, and Coach Wharton in the weight room, and Coach Parker and some of his guys done a good job of integrating the technology into the game too. So it'll all be part of it.
Guys, follow up a little bit like he's talking about. Get into the conversation and hear a little bit about what Coach is talking about. Now, you brought back 9, and you had a good defense last year. So I tell you what, I'm excited to see what you guys do on the field this year as far as holding the other team off the scoreboard. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we kind of knew that this was, even last year, that it was more geared toward the offense. They had Shannon,
right.
They could just outscore people. And this year, we were playing younger kids on defense. We were going to have everybody back. The deal was kind of be, this year it was going to be, we were going to lean a little bit more on the defense. We played all these kids. They're seniors now. We've got, 9 seniors out there playing. And high school football is it's a game for seniors. It's big. The more seniors you can put out there, and we have a big senior class. This was kind of the first class that we've had go all 4 years through, and it makes a big difference. We went from, I think we had like 10 seniors last year. We have 25 this year, and we've got about, they're good players. So we've got people that we can get out there. It's just so much easier to work with the kids that have been out on the field. It makes a huge difference trying to put new stuff in every week. So it's been a huge benefit for us this year on defense having all these kids back. It's so much easier. We're not having to install as much stuff. We can kind of just bring stuff back that we've been working on, doing all this stuff over the summer. And it's kind of, just finally paid off on Friday.
Coach, talk a little bit about your quarterback this year. Big difference for him. Big difference for your quarterback. How's he adjusting? How did he adjust to the offseason? How's he adjusting to this offense this year?
Yeah, Marcus did a good job. He played hard Friday. It's always, every year is different. In high school football, you turn over probably about 50 or 60% of your players every year. In college football, it's probably like 30 or 40%. In the NFL, it's more like 10 or 15%. So high school football is the most year-to-year change. And what you got to do every year is figure out what your team can do, whether that's do this type of offense, this type of offense, this type of defense, whatever. For Marcus or us at the quarterback position, and we actually are very fortunate we got 2 good quarterbacks. Marcus Bird's returning starter is a good player, and we got Jacob Brumby behind him who's a good player. And we wouldn't hesitate to put Jacob in either if we needed to. So both of those boys are able to do, they're able to throw the ball, they're able to run it, they're able to manage the offense. And, sometimes that equates to 50, 60 points, and sometimes it equates to just holding on to the ball and punting and playing defense. But good players just like to win. And so I thought Marcus did a great job of helping us lead the team down the field in the game and get a winning touchdown, get the ball back and hold the ball from White County to the very end. And, we were very pleased with that. He, like every other player on the team, he's got some stuff to work on, from the game. But, we were happy with that. I was happy with the group as a whole.
Last year we did so much talking, and we're going to focus on the future, but I do want to take just a minute, Coach, and ask you how you feel about all the things that are going on with Shannon. up there in Minnesota. How's that feel
Well, he
for
seems
you?
to be doing very well, and he's going to get a chance to play. He's not on red shirt. And
Yeah, I've been reading that.
Yeah, I mean,
and thanks for the Facebook page, because I get all that from you. Go ahead.
Just accentuates what we already know. You can ask these guys. I mean, we already knew the boy was good, and he was going to play for somebody. But we, of course,
Yeah, but I've noticed you've been highlighting the one where they say he had good coaching.
Well, I mean, it was all.
I seen that one, Coach.
As I told you many times, it was all coaching out there when I taught him how to do all that stuff.
Okay.
Yes. So
We're going
me and
to.
Coach Nelson.
Yeah,
Coach
we're-
Nelson had him running some L drills out there
Yeah.
the other day, so I'm sure he had a lot to do with it too.
We're gonna go to our first commercial on that, and we are excited here. We're happy, and we wish Shannon Brooks well up there in Minnesota. We're all watching his career up there, and we do wish him well. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk. We're here. It's Tuesday night. Don't forget, we're here at Days Chevrolet on 515 here in Jasper with head coach Chris Parker. We're going to have some players step in, so stay with us. Right after these brief messages, we're going to have some players step in, and we want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza for providing the pizza party and Pepsi for drinks. So I'm here with my co-host, RJ Casey. You've seen in just about 13 minutes, he's putting them on the spot. I got to like this guy. So anyhow, we will be back after these
Let it ride during the Lucky 7 sales event at Lifetime Kia. Come try your luck in the Money Machine. Yes, come take a test drive and you get a chance to grab for cash in the Money Machine. Plus, shop big-time savings on every vehicle in stock. And remember, Kias come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And Lifetime Kia will extend that warranty for as long as you own it. Come try your luck in the Money Machine and experience the savings at Lifetime Kia.
LJ Tire Company since 1955. With a huge range of tires at the lowest price and fast, hassle-free service, LJ Tire is all you need every time. LJ Tire carries only the top brands in the industry. Cooper, Michelin, Mickey Thompson, Pirelli, and Yokohama. Stop in and let AES certified mechanics change your oil today. Life doesn't slow down for car maintenance, and LJ Tire won't either. If your car is tired of its tires, go to LJ Tire. El Rey and LJ.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and LJ.
Better days ahead. A better price is just the beginning at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Everything is better. Our huge Chevy selection, our bigger Days discounts and low price guarantee, our outstanding customer care, even our easy access to credit approval is better with the Days Fast Track Credit Center. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer. See us online at DaysChevroletJasper.com.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Jasper. That's the New Day Chevrolet. Come on down. I've got Batman's car here behind me. I'm serious. If you come down, check out this Corvette. It is awesome. Now, look, we want to apologize for running a little late tonight. This is a brand new showroom, state of the art. Everything is beautiful here. Had a couple problems with getting our internet connection where it needed to be, so we apologize for that. We're here with my co-host this year, RJ Casey. He's going to be keeping up with all the stats and making sure Chris Parker, head coach Chris Parker, he's going to keep head. If you're here for the first half, you've already got Coach on his toes there. We want to thank Johnny's New York Style Pizza for providing the pizza party for our players and coaches tonight, and also Pepsi for drinks. We're going to give you our Player of the Week this past week for Pickens Dragons with their win, 13-6 over White County. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming week that's in front of the Dragons. And also, RJ, do us a favor and introduce our two players here today and their positions.
Well, we've got two seniors joining us here this evening. Jacob Pear, defensive lineman as well as a linebacker, and defensive lineman Andrew Ortiz joining us.
Mr. Ortiz, and what's this gentleman's name?
Jacob Pear.
Okay, I'm glad they're all the way over there. Those are big guys. Big guys. And we understand why there's no pizza left now. I didn't understand why there was no pizza, but then again out there, I'm going to put him out here on there. There's never a lot of pizza left when Coach Parker comes
Well, they probably get hungry after practice.
Yes. So, guys, glad to have you here. Defense, we were talking earlier in the show about you returning 9 seniors. How you guys are gelling, right? You're ready for this season, 9 seniors out there. What was that defensive game like this week? Go ahead, take off, both of you.
I mean, every game you just have to prepare the same going into it because you prepare during that week before, but you don't really know how it's going to go. So you just got to go out there and play pretty much. Make sure you have more points than they do at the end is what it comes down to.
Defense, strong defense. Yeah. How about you, young man?
I definitely say the same thing that Pear said, really. Just getting really prepared really is the focus of the whole team to get ready for the team and how they're going to come out with their plays.
What was the defensive stats this week, RJ?
Andrew Ortiz here had 7 tackles total, and he had 5 for loss. And you were talking about the Player of the Week earlier. This young man right here was named Player of the Week.
Well, congratulations to be our for our FetcherNews.com Team FYN Sports Player of the Week. Congratulations. I always like to see a defensive guy there as player. And this gentleman's stats, do you have those off the top of your head?
Yeah, Jacob Perry had a couple tackles as well, helped get that win for the Dragons.
The key for these guys, I thought, too, because we helped with the Player of the Week and all, and Andrew particularly had a big hand in, some of the things we did. It was great that he got some tackles for loss, and it was impressive. He had 5 tackles for loss, pretty impressive in the game. But we're most pleased with both these young men doing their job. Anytime you play a team like White County run triple option under center, something we don't see as much anymore, kind of like what Georgia Tech runs. It's very important that everyone plays their assignment, does their job. I thought all 11 guys on defense did an excellent job of doing their job. The reason Andrew and Jacob both made as many plays they did is by them just doing their job, and the play came to them. And so sometimes a player could have a lot of tackles, and not necessarily be a good performance by them. You know, they got to the ball a lot, but maybe that was the reason that they got a lot of yards was because they were getting to the ball
Right.
and doing their job. But I was very pleased with these guys. And the whole D-line, Coach Nelson done a good job with the D-line. I thought the D-line set the tone for the defense, you know, all night. And these 2 of the 4 guys that play down there. So I'm proud of these guys. Glad to have him here on the first show. Andrew's going to make a good player all year, and he can continue playing on if he gets the opportunity. And, you know, Jacob, he's going to be sitting out here in Dragon Talk for long. He's going to be like one of us one day, like a coach out there. So, you know, we got a lot of good boys on the team. One of the things I really like about this show is that people do get to see some of the other people. You know, I feel like they hear me talk a lot, you know, Boost Club or fundraisers or these type of things or whatever. I'm talking a lot, and we don't always get to see the players and the coaches, and they do, you know, the majority of the work. I'm just one guy.
I appreciate you saying that, Coach, because we always say it in a lighthearted, fun way. We invite the players and we let you come along.
That's
and
right.
we say that in a lighthearted way because at Team FYN Sports, our number one goal is to highlight these young men in a positive way and to get you out there in a positive way. And you guys are. I'm telling you, I don't get to come over to your games. I wish I could. I will see one this year, and I have to be up front. I'll see one game. We have Team FYN Sports split up into 3 segments, and you have this fine young man on the sideline. But
that is your hat, though.
That is, yes, Coach. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for reminding me, Coach. I do know that's my hat, Coach, okay? That is my hat. It stays on my desk, right? He knows that, right? It stays in my office, and I tell people why it has to be there, Coach, okay? All right, now settle down. Okay, 9 leaders. Coach, you basically with seniors, I mean, isn't it really just like the year you get 9 seniors out there on defense, you basically got 9 leaders out on the field? Talk a little bit about that, how you guys are gelling out there. I know I already brought that up, but I'm excited about defense. I think defense wins ball games, and I know that's the guy I am, and you got 9 leaders on the field. So some of the other guys that you're playing with, talk about them on defense.
Well, I mean, it's just really us bonding together, just outside of school and outside of practice, really. Just us getting together, going out to eat sometimes, just talking to each other and learning about what's going on in each other's lives, I would say.
It's good having chemistry with your teammates because, you know, maybe one play you mess up, you're like, you know what, he's got my back, he's there. So it's good to know that you've got 9 more people that you've grown up with that's got your back out there.
That you've grown up with?
Yeah.
So how long have you played with most of these guys that you're out on the field with?
I started playing in 3rd grade, and most of them I still play with.
Most of them you're still playing with. That's good. I like to see the Park and Rec go all the way through. Now, RJ, who are they up against this coming week? Who are they facing, and what are they up against? Who?
The Dragons will be on the road for the first time this season. They're going to be traveling to Gainesville to take on the East Hall Vikings.
Is this somebody you've played in the past, Coach, you've had on the schedule?
Last year.
Is it the same schedule?
So like last year we played them here, and this year we're going over there to play. They got a good football team. They're very athletic. Probably a totally different offense than what we saw last week. You know, a lot of throwing, a lot of spread stuff, which nowadays is more what we see more often, actually.
Right.
But they got good athletes. They put them out in space, try to make something happen. They're pretty quick on defense. You know, it'd be important that we kind of limit their number of big plays, you know, and don't let them return a kick for a touchdown. Don't throw an interception for a touchdown. Don't let them catch a little short pass that we miss a tackle and turns into a touchdown. If you can do those things, you got a chance. But, I mean, they got a good team. Coach Gray over there, he does a good job. They, I want to say they made the play. I know they made the playoffs last year, but I want to say it was the first time in like 10 or 12 years they've made the playoffs. And so, you know, they're on the upward trajectory too. They did lose last week, but, you know, first game of the season, you never know. That could easily have been us if the ball bounced a different way. So I think it'd be a good game. I'm excited to see how our guys respond. Excited to see these guys perform and see if we can follow up a good defense performance with a second good defense performance, which I feel like we've had some good defense performances in the past. It's not the first one Friday. It was one that I felt like we can build on to have put several good performances together. So be interested to see if we can do that. Coach Nelson can probably tell you more about East Hall's offense than I can. Coach, you want to add anything?
Well, I think like Coach said, they're extremely athletic and they get out in space, they can hurt you. So what we've had to work on is to change up the defense. And when you run an option team under center, you're going to be a lot closer to the line of scrimmage working now. You've got to get upfield a little bit more this week. So we've had to change things around and get back to what we see more during the year with these spread teams. And we know we're going to be out in space. And so we've had to work on those things with the D front. And their read keys have changed now this week. And so we've worked, once again, just fundamentals, sticking to what we do. And the experience level these young men have from working through the last couple of years, especially last year when we had added some things to the defense. And now it's just going through and working those things over and over again. They're more experienced now, so you're getting a lot more confidence when you move coming off the ball, so that they're running and not thinking as much, more choreographed, and going based on what kind of offense we have out in front of us.
Do you have any more of those tough questions in your pocket? Because I don't want this show to end if you have any more of those tough questions. And you got anything else?
Bring it, RJ. Let's go.
And I was going to ask you, like, with the offense changing from White County to East Hall this week, White County being that triple option type, and then said to East Hall with spreading it, how does it change from practice to practice?
Well, the practice itself doesn't change. The intensity level is still high. Having 11 hats moved to the football is still the same. It's where things are happening. The ball, the quarterback's under the gun, so the mesh point is at a deeper point. So especially like the D ends and all will have to change their attack angles to the ball a little bit from last week. And those are little things that we switch and change. And with their experience level, both of them working at defensive end, they understand that under center I'm going to get one attack angle. In the gun, I'll get another. And it's that experience that we're relying on this year to know when that happens and how to change up on their own, whether it happens in the middle of the game or whether we get all week to coach it. So.
You guys have been playing together, you said, since the third grade. A lot of you have. And, the reality is, this year your offense is very good. You have a great quarterback. I'm going to tell you, last year I would always tell people, yes, Shannon Brooks, and he's off in Minnesota, but don't forget Marcus is an outstanding quarterback, so you're very fortunate to have him behind center. But the high-power, fast offense is not on the field this year. Do you see a difference on that defensive side, or is still just the job, the bottom line's not different? You got to keep them out of the end zone no matter what the high-power offense is on the other side.
I mean, you still have to do your job. I mean, that's never changed. Last year, whatever your job was for that game is the same this year. So you just have to know that, Shannon's not over there. We can't let them score, and then Shannon's just not going to run a 90-yard touchdown. We actually have to play a little bit, and we got to lead the team and make sure we get the win. So it does change, but you still play hard either way.
Coach, you already got him on staff.
He's ready.
Is he ready?
We keep one or two a year in the apprentice program. Some of these guys we'll bring over the year, they've played for us or coached with us before, so it'll be another one of them. Jacob's a good boy. I'm just disappointed Brian said we don't have a high-powered offense. I guess we'll have to do better next week.
Oh, I did. Okay. You know what?
No.
I'm going to wear my hat, man. I mean, Coach just stays on.
Truth be told,
I didn't say. No, come on, Coach.
No, truth be told, we didn't Friday. No, we are proud of the guys we got. I do think that we have a chance.
They say you didn't have a high-powered, but
Chris Pittman ran pretty hard.
I mean, we do have to do a better job without one player being the player of the year in the whole state, which obviously the odds of us having a state player of the year are not good over and over again. We know that. There's only one for the whole state. But I'm very proud of the kids because we found a way to win. But I do think there's a game. There may be a game, and it may be this Friday, where we have to win 41-45 or whatever. The good thing about our team, players and coaches, is we really don't care. We just like to win. So
what the scoreboard says at the end.
We're going to try to find a way to win. And the way to win Friday was play defense and punt and do the best we could on offense and play some more defense. And I was very proud of these guys because they put in a lot of time. Coach Parker, Coach Nelson, these guys, the whole defense. Put a lot of time in and played good defense last year too, and maybe got a little more credit on the other side because of some of the people that were over there. But the reality is we don't worry about all that kind of stuff. We just worry about us. and worry about getting better and worry about doing our job. And, you know, every game's a little different, you know. I mean, it really is. So I'm just messing with you on that, Brian. But I do want.
Not for sure.
No, I do, but I want our kids on all sides to know it is different, obviously, without Shannon out there. But we got so many more weapons. If everybody just pick up a play here and a play there and a play here and a play there, you know, that would have been a very powerful offensive performance, and we got to fix that. And then defensively, we got to make sure we clean up the plays we did mess up, because we weren't perfect on defense, and we could have gotten burned on a few things that didn't get us, and we're going to fix that for the next week. And so I'm excited that there's stuff to build on. I really am. I'm excited we won, because it's always good to be 1-0, and then you want to go in and say that was great, but we can build on it. You know.
Well, no, I do think, and I said it last year, and I'll say it again. I do think you have an outstanding, solid leader as quarterback. I really do, and I thought going into this season, you're very fortunate to have that young man and so many others on the offense. I don't want to leave anybody out. We're going to have plenty of time to get offensive players in. I loved your answer. I mean, because the reality is you know the cards when you go out there, and I love your answer. You know, same job as this year as was last year, and you do have to tune it up a little bit. I loved your answer. There's only, for you fans out there, Pickens Power half-hour Dragon fans, I'm going to tell you, and this you may not understand, there's only one player on this team I will not highlight, I will not talk about, I will not brag about, because of last year I did, and I'll just leave it at that. That is your kicker, okay? So you will thank me.
Brian bragged on the kicker, and then he just takes the points. Yeah, we tell him he doesn't get to talk about the kicker anymore.
I will not brag on the kicker this year. I will not, I promise. But you know what? Pickens Power half-hour Dragon Talk. We've got the first one. We will be here every Tuesday night at Day Chevrolet here, the new Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Come down, check this place out. It's awesome. We're sorry about the delay getting the show started. We're sorry about getting the show started because of an internet, but we'll get that worked out this week. We are going to upload this, so if you didn't get the chance to see it, or you have friends that want to see it, that'll be uploaded in about an hour on YouTube, Fetch Pritchard, or on FetcherNews.com, Pickens County, Team FYN Sports. You will find it there. Again, we want to thank head coach Chris Parker and all of our other coaches tonight and our players that have joined us. Johnny's New York Style Pizza for giving us a great pizza party. Pepsi for drinks. And again, my co-host, RJ Casey. This is, hey, it's in the can. It's over. Pickens Power half-hour Dragon Talk. We'll be back next Tuesday night.